Hello everybody from Flico Paints. Hope you've been well. Today I thought I'd do this unboxing of an old Britonnia Green Knight, or the Bretonnia, the Green Knight for Warhammer from Citadel Gamers Workshop. This is a commission that a friend of mine asked me to do for him. And although I'm sure the box has been opened, this is the first time that I open it. I have not opened it before. I'm opening it on camera with you guys now for the first time. Looks like this is a popular mini on the internet. I see there's been a few people looking for it. I don't know how rare it is. From what I gather, it seems to be a strong figure to have in the game for use in your battles. This is one of my friend's favorites, miniatures. He's been after for a long time. He's had the mini for a while in a box, and he's been patiently waiting for me to get started on this guy, as I had some other projects to finish before I got into this Green Knight. So we might as well get this started and open up the box. So I've got to be careful not to destroy anything. Sometimes these older boxes, you don't want to rip them, especially this is not mine, so I just want to make sure everything's the way it was when they gave it to me. And it's kind of neat. It came in a styrofoam container, so it's pretty cool. I thought this was going to be a plastic miniature, but it looks like it's made out of metal. And we also get this awesome pamphlet, which to me is like a little time machine into the era for when this miniature was first released. I would imagine it was in the 90s, which is a while back, amazingly enough. And here's a pamphlet for Warhammer 40K. In the grim darkness of the far future, there's only war. That's depressing. But you hear some more Warhammer artwork, which is always great artwork. The guys over there at Games Workshop really know how to pick some good artists, and they really do some great work. And then you have this mail order special offer down at the bottom, which is a good deal. Let me check this out. If you the mail order trolls have put together a special deal for you. While supplies last, they will send you 2 plastic Citadel miniatures, a Bretonnia Knight, and a Space Marine Terminator, 4 Citadel color paints, black, red, green, and white, a Citadel paintbrush, and a Citadel miniatures painting guide for only $9.99. Shipping and handling is included. Just fill out the form below and send it back. That's a killer deal. That's a killer deal back then, and is a killer deal now. I wonder if they still do this. I doubt it. I wonder if they're still at the same address here at Bay Meadow Drive in Maryland. I wouldn't know. I'd have to check. But yeah, it's an example of how they want you to get into the game. And believe me, getting into the game is you really want to have to do it. These war games can be expensive. So $9.99 for 2 minis is freaking awesome. So checking out the other side of this thing, and the first thing I was looking at was that chicken walker down at the bottom. But it's pretty cool. You see the hobby centers that were around back then. Some of them may still be around. How to assemble your plastic or metal miniatures, which I probably should have read. Yeah, filling gaps. Some of these techniques are good still. So this is something that would be helpful for anyone. And the way that mount goes together that they're showing there is more or less what I'm looking at. You'll see later on in the video. That chicken walker in the bottom though, this chicken walker here, this would be an awesome little mini to have in your parts box at least, because there are so many modifications that I have in mind that I could do with those legs and that platform, that I wonder if they still sell that thing. And if they do, how much is it? And then the other side here, we got some Warhammer games of the time. We got Warhammer, Warhammer Magic. There's an army book. We got Blood Bowl still around. Gorka Morga, I don't know if it's still around. Warhammer Quest I've heard of. I don't know if it's still around either, but I heard it was a really good game. And Epic 40,000. War on a whole new scale as your massive armies, your whole chapter of Space Marines, or an entire Orc wag. Yeah, really cool stuff from the time. If you guys know anything about it, if this stuff is still around today, put it down in the notes below. Here's the base that came with the model. A typical 2x1 base with the slots to put your mount in. Later I'll be modifying that because this particular mount doesn't center properly on that base, at least for my tastes. And so I'll probably mod that. But this guy, apparently somebody's already put him together once. I had no idea. And there is a lot of glue on it. And when I say there's a lot of glue, it's glue that I can see gooped everywhere when you look closely. I don't know how easy it is to see it on camera here, but in person, it's just too much glue. His legs are glued on, and there's glue sticking out of the sides. That's the slot that goes into the base. It says Bretonnia on it. Looks like they tried to fill the gaps with glue, which I suppose could have worked if they then went ahead and filled them with some green stuff or other type of epoxy. But I think I want to dip this guy and start from scratch. You can see on the belly of the horse how the gaps don't align too well, and that's because the heat of the metal, it's not conducive to that. Usually when they mold metal, they'll have to machine the two parts that come together. At least that's what they do when I do mechanical parts for work and stuff like that. So I'll probably end up having to file that down a little bit. Here I just wanted to see a dry fit on where this guy goes on his base. Just getting an idea for what it is I'm going to get into when I take this guy apart and put him back together. As well as now here is our knight, at least the torso for a knight. And interestingly, the flags are stickers, which I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use those stickers. I'll probably figure out something different, a little more I don't know, detailed, I guess, than those stickers. But it's interesting that they put them on before they painted the mini. Obviously it means that they never intended to paint the mini. Here I'm just checking to see how many pieces this guy comes in. It's the torso, the shield, the backpack with spears, all come off. So I'll be taking all that off. And again, I'm not sure how clear it is in the video, but there's a lot of glue on this guy as well that I'm afraid that if I primer it, you will see as defects in the mold rather than any kind of funky details that I could hide. So I'll probably be removing those flags and dipping this whole model in some pine sol in order to get it to come apart without destroying it. Here's just a dry fit to get an idea of the scale of the knight and the mount. It is a beautiful model, and I'm sure it'll be great when finished. And here I'm just going to make sure there's nothing underneath there. That's it. It looks like that's what's all that came with this box. And that is our Warhammer Games Workshop Britonnia the Green Knight. I hope you come back to watch the process videos. Thanks. Ciao.